Oh man, guys, do we got patterns on top of patterns on top of patterns to go over today in this week's weekly recap of last week's price action in the stock market. So welcome back everybody to High Quality Trades, the channel where I provide top-notch technical analysis on the stock market, where we go over simple support and resistance levels, trend line breaks, and pattern formations. And I give you the price targets of where price is headed in the coming days. So let's get into it. In today's video, we will be going over the most significant support and resistance levels on the SPY and the triple Qs, and what you should be looking for if these levels are tagged in the coming days. And at the end of this video, we'll be going over IQV in the falling wedge breakout that happened on Friday, UNH and the retest of a critical support level, Apple's bullish break to the upside out of a pennant pattern, AMD's retest of its descending trend line, Coinbase's breakout of its bull flag pattern, Cisco's weekly time frame bullish break out of its pennant pattern, NVDA's consolidation near new all-time highs, and BTC's bull flag pattern that just broke out this week, and the measured move price target of the patterns that I'm seeing here on the charts. So let's start this video off on the SPY's 4-hour time frame. So today is October 20th, and the most recent close of the SPY was 584.59. It reached a high of 585.39 and a low of 582.58. We were positive 0.38% on the day. Okay guys, what is the SPY currently doing? So it looks like we're consolidating here at the top of our rising wedge pattern. It ultimately looks like we formed another pattern here at the top, what is known as a ascending triangle pattern. Now, if we were to break to the upside out of this ascending triangle pattern, that would be a bullish signal for a price to run upwards if we were to get a full measured move of around 592.38. I'd be looking for this bullish break to happen the early part of next week. But since patterns can break either way, let's also go over the bearish scenario. If we do break to the downside out of this ascending triangle pattern, that puts price falling down towards 577.57, which is our lower weekly expected move. So either scenario is possible. I would say if we do break to the downside, that also puts price falling out of this rising wedge pattern. Now, if we were to break to the downside out of this rising wedge, this is signaling that price may fall all the way down towards 550.95. So something to be aware of. We could break to the upside, and I believe that puts price headed up towards 608. So that would be the bullish and bearish scenario of that breakout. Okay, so those are the patterns that I'm seeing on the SPY. Let's head on to the triple Qs. So here on the 4-hour time frame, triple Qs is consolidating at the lower ascending trend line of this rising wedge. It does look to be holding as support at the current moment. If we can stay above 494.58, then we should be headed higher. And what I'm noticing here on the 1-hour time frame is it looks like we do have a pennant pattern that's formed over the last couple days. Let's turn this thing red just so you guys can see it better and all this sea of green. So this pennant here, say if we were to break to the upside which is quite possible come Monday, Tuesday next week. If we break to the upside out of this pennant pattern, that signals the price will head up towards 505.32. Now, since patterns can break either way, let's also go over the bearish scenario if we were to break to the downside. So if this pennant breaks to the downside, 483.20 is the price target. The one thing to be aware of is the triple Qs hasn't made a full measured move of the head and shoulders pattern out here on the 4-hour time frame. So this head and shoulders is supposed to complete up here around 502, which is odd because that does coincide with our weekly upper expected move and the bullish breakout of this pennant pattern. So we have a lot coinciding in this level. So if the triple Qs was to head up towards our weekly expected move, that would signal that we're breaking out to the upside of this rising wedge pattern. So to simulate a measured move of this rising wedge, we'll just move over the opening of the rising wedge. This would signal that the triple Qs could head up towards 541.95 in coming days to weeks. That would be the bullish scenario, but if we were to break to the downside come next week, then 453.55 is the price target on that one. Okay, that's it for the triple Qs. Let's head on to IQV. So IQV looks to be breaking out of a falling wedge pattern here on the daily time frame. We got our first green candle to close above this descending trend line, which is bullish for price to now head up towards 246.21 in the coming days. And then the next price target, if we get above that level, is up here at 253.05. Now, a full measured move of this falling wedge, if we are to take the opening and move it over to the break, does signal that we should reach upwards to 257.52 in the coming days to weeks. So on to UNH. So UNH on the weekly time frame has broken out of a long-term consolidation area box. Now, because this consolidation area took about a couple years to form, it is very bullish that we've now broken out of this consolidation area. Last week we came down and retested on the weekly time frame support here at 553.07. As long as we remain above that level, then the measured move of the consolidation area puts us up here at 660.26. So now this is a long-term play because the consolidation area was quite a long period of time. So we can't say that 660 is a price target that can happen quickly, but it is something that eventually UNH should reach up to, and it's most likely that we would continue higher after that as well. Alright, that's it for UNH. Let's go over Apple. Apple stock has broke out of a pennant pattern here. So if Apple was to get a full measured move of this pennant pattern that it broke out of last Monday, this is signaling for a price to reach upwards of 270 in the coming weeks to months. I would say what Apple needs to do, stay above its score level here at 233.53 and then get above its next resistance level of 237.26. Then we could head up higher. I would say the next price level would be about half the pattern. About half that would be 251.95. Alright, let's go on to AMD. So AMD has broken this descending trend line. We've now came down to retest it. It does look like the bears were able to hold this one down around support going into the end of last week. Now, since we did not break below 154.55 and we didn't break back below the descending trend line, if some bullish price action arises here on AMD, and we break our descending trend line here, then we should be headed back up towards 174.41. It does look to be some kind of falling wedge pattern, so if we were to break to the upside here, then yeah, the 174.41 would be the main price target, but the highs here was where I would first look for price to run up to at 169.13. So let's just see what AMD does. Okay, Coinbase. It's broken out of its bull flag pattern for the second time now. So the way I got this upper ascending trend line was first draping this bottom trend line of this pattern over the lows here, and then moved it up to where I got the most touch points. And now this is signaling that Coinbase just broke out on the daily time frame of this bull flag pattern. So measured move for Coinbase, if it can continue moving higher, is now upwards of 380.68. I would say what Coinbase first needs to do is head up towards 230.36 and get above this level. If it's able to push above that 230 level, then the next price target is up here at 263.29. And then the next resistance would be up here at 283.37. So I'd say Coinbase does have its work cut out for it. It does have earnings on October 30th. So that is next Wednesday. Nope, 2 Wednesdays from now. We'll see where Coinbase goes based on this bullish breakout of this pennant pattern. On to Cisco. So Cisco stock has ultimately broken out of a bullish pennant that now has a price target for a full measured move up here at 85.14. I would say we got some bullish price action last week, and we're now headed up towards 58.37. Here on the weekly time frame, Cisco needs to stay above 52.69, and it will remain bullish and should head up towards 58.37. If we break above that level, then the next price target is up here at 64.27. Then again, the full measured move is up here at 85.14. I would say if we get above the 64 level, then the next price target is up here at 71.30, which is half the measured move of this bullish pennant pattern. Alright, on to NVDA. So NVIDIA stock is in a rising channel. We're consolidating at the upper level, also around all-time highs up here at 141. As long as NVIDIA can hold this 137.99 support level, then we should push higher up through new all-time highs. And if NVIDIA was able to do that, that would signal a breakout of its price channel that it's been in for the past few weeks. A bullish break to the upside out of this price channel signals NVIDIA to hit upwards of 153.32 in the coming days. Ultimately, what NVIDIA has on the charts is a bullish pennant pattern. We'll go like something like this. Now the pennant here on NVIDIA stock ultimately has a price target of 173.75. So based on the bullish breakout of the pennant, 173.75 is a full measured move. Looks like we're nearing about that halfway point. Now, a quarter of the way there, I would say. So if NVIDIA gets above the 141 level, and 153 would be the next price target, and a full measured move of that pennant is 173. Alright guys, our last crypto actually, BTC, Bitcoin. Got a few patterns to go over here on Bitcoin. Let's start off out of this bullish consolidation area breakout. So we got our first weekly candle to break above this descending trend line here. So if we're just to take the opening of this consolidation area, Bitcoin is now signaling 81,347 in the coming weeks. Now that's not all here on Bitcoin. It does look to be in a bull flag pattern as well. So if we just take a measured move of the flagpole here, not only do we have that price target of 81,300, the flagpole signals 103,854. So 103K is what this bull flag pattern is signaling for Bitcoin to reach up to. Now that's not all I'm seeing here on Bitcoin. Bitcoin also looks to be in a cup and handle pattern. If this weekly breakout continues to the upside in a full measured move from the opening down to the bottom of the cup, puts a long-term price target on Bitcoin of 120,566. So this is some bullish price action that I'm seeing here on Bitcoin, and I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Thanks for watching High Quality Trades, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.